Yo, what's up, everyone? Today we're digging into another super creepy case. If you want to help out my channel, hit that subscribe button and stay engaged. It means a ton to me, and I'd really appreciate it. Let's jump in. Cases of people vanishing under bizarre circumstances always grab the public's attention and get the media buzzing. Often there's no solid explanation, or theories stay unproven despite endless guesses. Investigations can drag on for years, sometimes even decades, as cops cling to the hope of cracking the case. The families of those who disappear are key in keeping these stories alive, tirelessly pushing to find out what really went down so the cases don't just fade away. Some of the weirdest disappearances spark crazy rumors and turn into local legends over time. One such spooky case is the vanishing of a young French woman, Roxana Benest, and her new friend, a Moroccan guy named Nabil Tourugi. They planned what seemed like a chill date, but they never came back. Their disappearance had all of Europe hooked. Let's dive deeper into what we know about this wild mystery. Nabil Tourugi was born January 18, 1999, in a small northeastern Moroccan town called El Aoun Sidi Malouke. He was the second of 5 kids, the only boy in a modest middle-class family. His parents and 3 younger sisters still live in their hometown. From a young age, Nabil was sharp, serious, and driven. He crushed it in school, especially in math and science, and dreamed of getting a college degree and moving to Europe for better opportunities. He had all the makings of someone bound for big things. He was tight with his parents and sisters, sharing everything with no secrets. People who knew him said he was polite, chill, and truly kind, always ready to help out. He was humble and a bit shy, too. After high school, he started looking into ways to move to Europe for school. His older sister had already moved to Belgium 2 years prior, studying at a university there before getting married. She and her husband settled in Blankenberge, a coastal town in West Flanders. At 19, Nabil decided to head to France, landing in the seaside resort town of Biarritz on the Basque coast at Cape St. Martin. With about 25,000 people, the town used to draw royalty and aristocrats looking to unwind. Now, it's a magnet for surfers worldwide. But Nabil wasn't there to party. He got into a top-tier engineering school with ease and quickly built a rep as a dedicated, talented student. In 2021, he finished his degree and scored a sweet job offer from a big company. The flexible hours worked perfectly, letting him visit his sister in Belgium, who was pregnant with her second kid at the time. Nabil settled into French life smoothly, making a bunch of friends while staying super close with his family. He talked to his parents and sisters regularly and went home for holidays every year. He visited his older sister the most, helping her out and even becoming godfather to her kid. Now, Roxana Benest was born and raised in France in a small town called Angoulême, in the Charente department of the novel Aquitaine region. Born March 30, 2001, she was the middle kid of 3 in a humble middle-income family, growing up with an older sister and younger brother. Her parents worked hard to give their kids a solid education and set them up for a good future. Roxane wasn't a straight-A student, but she had a huge heart and loved helping people however she could. Her friends called her kind, generous, and hardworking. She was great at connecting with people and enjoyed reading, drawing, and messing around with photography. After high school, she moved to the picturesque town of Biarritz and started nursing assistant courses. Soon after, she landed a job as a caregiver at a nursing home. Her co-workers and the people she cared for raved about her compassion, kindness, and responsibility. She treated everyone with warmth and empathy. At first, Roxane shared an apartment with 2 friends to keep costs down, but once she had steady work and a regular paycheck, she got her own place in a quiet residential complex on the edge of town. She stayed tight with her parents, sister, and brother, making a point to visit the family home on weekends whenever she could. Her long work hours left her drained, and with her packed schedule, she didn't have much time to hang out beyond her co-workers and the folks she cared for at work. Her personal life was on hold, but Roxane never griped. She figured things would fall into place eventually. She had a few social media accounts where she kept up with friends, shared her hobbies, posted pics, and showed off her art. It was on one of those platforms in January 2022 that she met a guy named Nabil. Nabil was grinding hard at work and hadn't had much time for dating. He wasn't big on social media and never thought he'd meet someone special online until he stumbled across Roxane's profile. Her warm smile and kind vibe caught his eye, and he took a chance by messaging her. Roxane accepted his friend request and soon found herself vibing with him. Their chat started off casual and fun, but quickly grew deeper as they realized they had a ton in common, from shared interests to similar outlooks on life. Messaging became a daily thing, and eventually, they swapped phone numbers, talking for hours sometimes. Neither was looking for anything serious right away. They were just enjoying the connection. They took it slow, getting to know each other without pressure. While visiting his older sister, Nabil mentioned he'd met someone who felt like a soulmate but kept the details vague, saying he'd spill more later. Roxane also told her sister about her new friend, calling Nabil kind, thoughtful, and smart. Their busy work schedules made meeting up tough, even though they lived just a few dozen miles apart. But when their days off finally lined up, they planned to meet at a cozy cafe. The date was February 14th, Valentine's Day. Not on purpose, just a happy coincidence they both saw as a good omen. Nabil and Roxane had a blast, talking about everything from their pasts to their dreams. They laughed, swapped stories, and genuinely clicked. Neither was let down. They both felt a spark that could turn into something real. They even took a photo together and posted it online, tagging each other. That pic would later blow up in the media when their names hit the news across Europe, not just in France. In the photo, they looked happy and carefree. But what they didn't know was that they had less than a week left to enjoy that happiness. Right after their first date, they started planning a second one. The chance came quicker than they thought, and they set it up for Friday, February 27th, 2025. Both were stoked and put effort into making it romantic, picking a perfect spot for the evening. Roxane kept her new relationship on the down low for now. None of her co-workers or close friends knew she was seeing someone. She only told her sister, saying she might be falling in love and was getting ready for another date with a guy she'd met online. Nabil messaged his older sister too, saying he had a date planned but not dropping the girl's name, just hinting he might bring her to meet the family soon. That Friday was a nice, clear day until sunset. The couple was seen strolling along the boardwalk, where Roxane posted some scenic photos on her social media account. Later that night, they were spotted at a cafe chatting and cracking up. Witnesses said they looked chill and genuinely happy. But soon after, they vanished without a trace. The first to notice something was wrong was Nabil's close friend, a fellow student named Anos. Roxane had promised to swing by around 10 p.m. to help with an engineering project for his thesis, saying he'd stop by after dropping his date off. But he never showed. Not that night or the next morning. He wasn't replying to texts, and calls went straight to voicemail. His phone seemed off, which was totally unlike him. He was always dependable and would have let someone know if something came up. Worried, Anos hit up Nabil's sister. When she realized her brother hadn't checked in since the day before, she looped in their parents and called the cops. Meanwhile, Roxane was supposed to work on February 28th, but she didn't show up, something she'd never done. She was always on time, never even late. Her co-workers tried calling but got no answer. Messages went unanswered too. Her phone was off too. That same day, her co-workers reached out to Roxane's parents' sister, letting them know she was missing. Her family raced to Biarritz. Her sister had a spare key to Roxane's apartment, but it was empty. All her stuff was there, no signs of a fight or rushed packing. No one had heard from her since Friday evening. None of her friends or coworkers had seen her since. All they knew was she'd gone on a date with someone she met online. Not wanting to waste time, her parents filed a missing person report. At first, Nabil's and Roxane's cases were handled separately since no one could confirm who each had been meeting. But both families said the cops dragged their feet, noting that both were adults who didn't have to report their every move to family. Frustrated by the slow response, the families started their own investigations, using social media to organize searches. Roxane's sister figured out the name of the guy her sister was meeting and found his social media profile, where she saw his family's post saying he'd also gone missing since Friday. Meanwhile, Nabil's sister found Roxane online and spotted photos of them together. On Sunday, February 29th, the families finally connected. At first there was distrust. Roxane's family feared Nabil might have hurt her, while Nabil's worried she might have gotten their shy son into trouble. But they soon realized they were in the same boat and teamed up to search. They worked non-stop, contacting anyone who might know something. They created social media groups, posted photos, and begged for tips. Friends and co-workers of both pitched in, printing and posting flyers around town with details like Roxane's tattoos and Nabil's birthmark. Both their cars were missing, too. Nabil's silver Renault Clio 3 and Roxane's blue Peugeot. The family searched for the vehicles themselves but came up empty. It wasn't until Monday morning, over 48 hours after they were last seen, that cops launched a full search. The delay was chalked up to the idea that the couple might have taken a spontaneous weekend trip without telling anyone. But with their phones off and no contact, it was clear something was wrong. By then, precious time was gone. Cops confirmed the couple was seen at a fast food joint before vanishing, with witnesses and surveillance footage backing it up. Their cars weren't in the nearby lot, likely because it was packed that Friday night, so they might have parked farther out. That theory held up when Roxane's car was found nearby in a side street lot, untouched with no signs of a struggle. Cops figured the couple continued their night elsewhere in Nabil's car, but where? 2 days later, Nabil's car turned up near the Biarritz lighthouse, a cliffside tourist spot. No cameras were in that area, and the one at the lighthouse had been broken for weeks, so there was no footage. Inside Nabil's car, cops found Roxane's phone on the dashboard in GPS mode, fully charged but unused after a certain point, letting them trace their route. Nabil's laptop was in the back, and Roxane's purse with her keys, cash, and cards was on the passenger seat. It looked like they'd stepped out for a minute, planning to come right back. Nothing suggested foul play, no strange fingerprints, no mess. Cops ruled out robbery or an attack. The only thing missing was Roxane's camera, which she probably took to snap photos. Her phone died, and Nabil's last signal was at 6:36 p.m. near the Virgin Rock viewpoint en route to the lighthouse, a spot with stunning ocean views. That path has cliffside terraces, and while the day started clear, a storm rolled in by evening with fierce winds. The storm peaked around 9 p.m., matching Nabil's last phone activity, placing them at the lighthouse then. From the evidence, cops pieced together this scenario. After dinner, the couple headed to the lighthouse to catch the sunset. Roxane, a photography buff, brought her camera. As they stood at a lookout, the weather turned nasty. When they tried to head back, a huge wave might have swept them off the cliff. Everything pointed to this, so cops initially said no crime was involved and considered closing the case. They even suggested the couple might have chosen to end their lives together, which would let them wrap things up quickly. But both families fought this hard. Nabil and Roxane's families demanded the case stay open. With no bodies found, they held out hope the couple was alive and needed help. Roxane's sister found a notebook in her apartment with social media passwords. After checking her accounts, nothing sketchy turned up. Roxane mostly messaged Nabil, and their chats were warm, respectful, and excited about their dates. They planned everything carefully and showed real care. Nothing hinted they'd consider suicide. Cops said all options were on the table until the couple was found, dead or alive. One theory was they chose to vanish, but both families shot that down. Neither used their bank cards, emails, social media, or devices since disappearing. Nabil's family from a less safe area thought they might have been kidnapped. They found it odd that their belongings were left in plain sight, like they'd only stepped away briefly. They worried someone lured them out with a harmless excuse and took them. Nabil's parents hired a private investigator, thinking someone might be holding them and waiting to make demands, but no ransom note came. Roxane's family leaned toward the accident theory, noting past incidents where waves swept people off that cliff. Still, they insisted the couple couldn't be declared dead without remains. The storm made sea searches tough. Only helicopters and drones could be used, as boats and divers were too risky. By the time the weather cleared, it was too late and no trace was found. Over 3 years later, the case is still open. The search expanded beyond local towns to nearby European countries, in case remains washed up elsewhere. At first, they used physical descriptions, but later, both families gave DNA samples to help identify any unidentified remains. Despite all this, no sign of Nabil or Roxane has turned up. Both families have called out the cops for not acting fast enough. From the start, investigators seemed sure the couple drowned and didn't dig into other possibilities, leaving the families to do their own legwork. Months later, they learned a hotel near the lighthouse had a camera that might have caught the couple on the path to the lookout. But no one requested the footage, and it was auto-deleted after 30 days. The creepiest part? After all this time, no bodies or belongings, like Roxane's camera, have been found. The families have contacted agencies in Spain, the UK, and beyond about unidentified remains. Nabil's family still thinks he might be alive, possibly held captive. Both families keep pushing to keep the case active, sharing the story through media, bloggers, and influencers, hoping someone will come forward with answers about what happened to Roxane and Nabil on February 27, 2025. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Your support keeps me going. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and share this video to help my channel grow. Catch you next time.